Guys, how you doing? Can you hear me? I just want to make sure you can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Sound is good. Sound is good. Yeah. 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 All right. Let's give it a second. I'm downloading some more stuff that I want to show you guys. I just want a few more people to come on because, well, those that are on here, I want you to ponder something. Troll, how you doing? Robert, how you doing? Tammy, I'm Cook. SB, XX Cave Dweller, how you doing? D, how you doing, guys? Good, 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 good. I had a problem with my microphone earlier. It was really loud. Guys, I want to ask you a question. Yes, this is my hair. Guys, anybody that really likes my hair, I sell merchandise, and the logo is my hair, actually. It's on the other channel. But you don't have to buy it, but that just goes to show you I have no problem with my hair. And it's kind of funny that people think I do. But this isn't about me. And this isn't about any content creator. Okay? I want you guys to think of something for 1 second while I continue to download things. This is going to be a little long today, but I want you to think about something. In what world do we live in that somebody who is accused of abusing somebody gets to stay in that home and everybody else gets to leave? In what world, if I was beating the hell out of my dog, would they come in and let me stay and take my, well, they would. They'd take my dog away and they'd give it to somebody else. But in what world would that happen? What world could you go into somebody's home? Because BJ apparently lived in the trailer. But where does that work? This person's hitting me. You got 3 people saying, yes, this person's hitting me. And they take the 3 people out and leave the person who's known to have a DRUG problem in the home. What world? Why doesn't that sound right? Because it's probably not right. It's probably not right, right? I mean, I'm asking you guys in the comments, how many people think that's a little suspicious? That the person that's accused of the misbehavior gets to stay and everybody else gets to leave. Does that make any sense to you? So maybe, just maybe, we are, I'm sorry, guys, I'm not getting these things. Okay. It's not okay because it probably didn't happen. I don't believe that any agency would take the abuser, keep them in the home, and take everybody else out. So we have to understand something right away. I want you to understand something. Please, please. There's never been any proof of any hands on anybody. They're allegations. They're allegations. There has been never any proof that BJ, and I don't care for BJ. I don't think she's a good person. But we've never heard of that before until the 3rd time when somebody went to go get a restraining order or an order of protection. Because the first 2 times it didn't go through. The 3rd time it did. So there's something up with that. Now, hang on 1 second. I want to see because I downloaded something else. Just give me a minute. Let me see if I could get this. Hang on. Go away. Let me see about me. All right, there I am. All right, I have one more thing I just want to download while I'm doing this, and it's going to take a minute. So, but I'm going to come back while it's doing it. So, hold on. Well, we're going to talk about that, Jen. Jen, we're going to talk about all that. And you have to remember, we're not there. Is it fair to say that we are not there? So everything we're getting is, yeah, I'm actually gonna play a couple of videos of Eric, guys. I'm gonna play some videos of Eric. So, Jen, he's the only one that's talking. The other guy ain't talking. So is that not true? I mean, and I just want you to know, because you can cut out right now, because I tried to put it in the video, but then I realized I had already saved the video. I put in Patrick's comments that I give him a lot of credit for showing his face, because he is the only one talking. The other guy is not. And I do think that says a lot. The other guy's not talking at all and has the money. I believe he has the money. Here's the thing. We're either going to believe Eric or we're not going to believe Eric. We're either going to believe what Patrick says, we're not going to believe what Patrick says, but it's not that black and white. It's possible. It is possible that Patrick could tell truths about some things and lies about other things, right? I mean, he's a human being. He doesn't have to be one-dimensional. He could be untruthful about this, but truthful about that. Is that fair? Anybody can be. Is that fair? Including Eric. Eric could be honest about this, but dishonest about that. Is that not true? Just because anybody says it doesn't make it so. Just because anybody, it's not just Eric. If anybody says something, just because they say it, it doesn't make it so. But this was something that I think, well, I'm going to show you. All right, let me just download this one more thing, and I'm going to show you this video, and we're going to break it down. We're going to break it down. And the Ernie guy, I'm going to let Patrick explain it to you. He did it on his live last night. We don't know that, Jill. I mean, Jill, we don't know that. Unless you know this guy personally, we're only going by what we see. So, you know, with critical thinking, let's just watch what's happening here. That's all I'm saying. Let's just watch before we make decisions, okay? Because we don't know these people, and I wouldn't want this to happen to me, and none of you would want this to happen to you. None of you would want this. To have the all of public opinion point their fingers at you because somebody else said so? What are we, a bunch of followers here? Nobody uses critical thinking anymore? Come on, man. We're smarter than that. We're smarter than that. Come on. We're smarter than that. All right, so give me just 1 second because I want to do this other thing. Hang on. Hang on. All right. All right. Let me come back. All right, guys. So, I want to, the first thing I want to show you guys, I want you to know Milk Money. I did the same thing that somebody just did to you. Milk Honey and Mayhem she's got the wrench. And I told her to be kind and patient, but only one time. The second time, she's going to boot you up, and I don't have a problem with it. Hit the 3 buttons next to their name, and you put them in a timeout. If that's the way it is, this second time you remove them from the channel. Okay? I mean that, Jamie. Because we're not going to call each other names. We're not going to bash each other. We're not going to make fun of people because we actually have content, and we're going to talk about it. Okay? Hey, Tragic TV, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. You know what, Troll? I might give you a wrench. I just upgraded here, but not at this moment. You're going to have to give me your email first, Troll. All right, guys. So I want you to hear this video. Somebody sent this to me. And I'll probably interrupt bits of it. And here's the thing. Is it real? Because I think it's real. I think we've seen it before, but then I think it went obscure. So let's just check this out.
Timmy doesn't need to be there. Now, what I was accused of earlier this week, saying that I was trying to get the state to come pick him up, which I never did. But now I'm saying Timmy does not need to be there around BJ.
Who the hell is he to make that decision? Who the hell is he to make that decision after going twice to get that order of protection and them not getting it because they couldn't? So now he's made a decision on his own. This isn't his family. He's known these people for 1 month. Let me ask you a question. Who would tolerate that in their home? Who would tolerate a long lost relative coming in here and doing that in their home? It gets better. Let's listen.
It sucks. Getting money from them, I don't know. I've done everything I can do, guys. I want Timmy.
So I just want to say it jumped like that. All I did was record this on the Google Drive it came to me on. I did no manipulation at all. So I think what happened was that it recorded and then it recorded again. But there's more to the video. I don't exactly know where it starts, so I just did it the way I got it. Okay? So I did no manipulation here. All I did was copy it to bring it on to show you guys. And I'm sure some of you, we've seen this, but let's put it in perspective. Now we have hindsight, critical thinking at its best right here. Because we all have brains. I know we do. I love you guys for your comments, for, you know, even when we disagree, those that disagree and disagree respectfully, I love it. I love it. Let's engage in conversation. This is how things grow. This is how things become.
Getting money from them. That. And then Timmy. You know what? Timmy does need to be taken away. If they would rather have somebody on that property that would beat him, that had people that beat Ray.
This was allegations. He is looking in this camera and trying to convince, and he has convinced people that this happened on his word. There's been no proof. The person that is accused of the allegations is living in the home still, and the other three are gone. That doesn't prove allegation. It proves something else, which, okay, we don't know. But guys, this was a mission. This was an obsession.
He does need to be taken away. I never said that before. I was accused that this week of saying that. But if that's what they're going to be doing now, and she's on that property, Timmy don't need to be there.
Who is this guy that showed up in 1 month? Who is he? I mean, they have neighbors. I'm not even talking about Patrick. I'm talking about the mailman. I'm talking about the people that they knew in the neighborhood. Who the hell is this guy to do that? I'm fuming about this. When I got sent this, I hope that if I am wrong in my assumption, that you guys show me this. Show me this. Show me where I'm wrong, because I'm so angry that this could happen and that it happened.
I just got his head healed. I've been medicating it twice a day. And if you could have seen his face when I had to pull away.
Okay, so guys, I just want to stop there because you don't know it's AI. Frame rate, is it AI? I don't think it's AI. I think we've seen this. He has said this. Okay, so I don't think it's AI. But if it's AI, I mean, show me where it's AI. Because we have seen so much of this video, and this was at a while ago. Okay, so there are some videos here that are put together, I believe, that are put together, obviously, because one's in a car, one's not in a car, right? So there's videos put together. There's people all over that have said that they've seen this. So the AI bullshit is wrong. Frame rate X, I would love for you to check it out. Please check it out and send it to me. I'll get up here and say it's AI. I was wrong. I don't have a problem with that. I don't. But please don't accuse it of being AI until you've known 100% sure it's AI. Because I did come up here and say, I'm pretty sure I've seen this, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it's AI. I don't think it's AI. That's what I've said. I appreciate that, Frame Rate X. I appreciate that. So you'll check it out. That's great, because I'm not on Patrick's side. I'm not on Eric's side. I'm on the side of right here. I'm on the side of right here. So please. And the side of right here is what really fucking happened. Pardon me, but that's what really happened. What really happened is the side of right. And I want you guys to remember something. Please remember something. Right here, I think he's giving the insinuation that his head, Timmy's head, was because of BJ or because somebody hit him. Timmy scratches his head. Now, he said it, and Mark Lata said it. Mark Lata said it a year and a half ago. It's in, go check out his videos. I think it's the same video with where he says something about who owns the property. I'm pretty sure it's the thicker than water video. I'm pretty sure. Is it? Wait a minute. It might not be thicker than water. It's the video where he talks about Patrick, where BJ says Patrick owns the property. That's what I believe. I believe that. All right, so let's continue on.
Hey guys, and I'm not gonna lie to him and tell him that I'm gonna be back. I don't know if I'm gonna be allowed to be back. I don't even want to.
Why wouldn't he be allowed to be back? That's the question. So in other words, he knows that he might not come back, and he is not setting up any money for this family, knowing he might not be back. Why? They still owe he still owes them money. Why? Why is the money all connected? They did their work. He got paid. Where's their money?
Be down there. I don't want to look at them. I really don't want to look at them.
I'm not doing nothing here, guys, because this is going to play on its own. I'm pretty sure it's going to play on its own. Maybe this is the beginning of it. Maybe that's the beginning of it. Hang on. Yeah, so
It sucks.
so we've already seen this. So okay, so we've saw the whole thing. It was only 2 minutes.
Getting money from them.
All right. So I think he's talking about Patrick getting money from them. That's what I think. But this was sent to me, and that's the way it was sent to me. So I don't know. Guys, are you ready to go over the porch video? Now, I want you to understand something, please. This porch video, I started looking for at the last minute, and I ended up taking it from somebody else's channel. And I don't mean any disrespect to that person at all. I tried to cut off as much of him as possible and just keep the video of the porch. So this is the video of the porch, guys, where after. So this is, well, you'll see. You've seen it before anyway. Let's see.
Store. Y'all open them up and try them. They got some good food, buddy.
We went in there.
Exactly, Jill. Debbie.
Huh?
Now I want you guys to hear Timmy. You know, I think that's how Timmy sounds when he's excited and stuff. So when we see videos of Timmy like that, we shouldn't just automatically assume that Timmy's upset, you know. But let's go. Let's watch it.
I'll bet you Blackbird, I don't know.
Harrisburg. Hey, who's in the camper?
I also want to say something else that I want you guys to please go back and look at. Now, if you guys remember, Eric made a comment that Timmy starts picking at his head when he starts getting close to the house because he's worried about BJ. I have gone and looked at several videos where BJ and Timmy are on the porch together, and BJ actually at one point went to go for her coffee cup while Timmy was doing crayons or something, and he didn't flinch. So if somebody's hitting on you, wouldn't you be a little nervous? Timmy he's not scared of her. He doesn't mind being next to her, it appears. And you could see it in old videos. Please go see in the old videos. All right, let's continue on.
There's somebody in the camper. I saw him. Who's in the camper? There's somebody in the camper right now.
I know they haven't been over here.
Who's in the camper right now?
Now, who the hell is somebody to seriously? I want you to exactly, Stacia. I want you to imagine somebody coming into your home. They supposedly have helped you. And this is aggressive, in my opinion. In my opinion, this is aggressive. He even says they didn't want to answer. He demanded an answer. Who is he to do that? You guys could bitch at Patrick all you want. I've never seen that behavior. This is bully behavior. I got your money. I got your house. You're going to do it my way. Oh, you can't do it my way. I'm going to take the money in the house. I'm going to break you all up because you didn't play by my rules. That's the way I'm seeing this. You have to remember, these people aren't worldly people. They live their life on a porch. And this is the way this man has come up to them as somebody who's supposed to help them. A friend of Patrick's, they think. Because I'm sure Patrick said, oh man, this man, Eric, he's going to help us. He's going to help us. I believe he probably said that, right? I mean, that's just common sense. I could be wrong, but I would assume this is Eric. He's the one that's going to help you. I would assume Patrick said that. And now look at this man. Look at this man. Supposedly, at this time, Patrick's at home with his broken leg. Supposedly. I'm not saying he's innocent. I'm just saying supposedly he's at home with his broken leg.
I just saw them. I'm asking you, who is it in the camper?
Yeah.
Huh?
Boyfriend, right?
Are in the camper?
All right.
Right now?
Yeah. Ain't nobody been over here.
There's some. I saw somebody in the camper. They was pulling out, looking at me.
He will not let go of that.
There's BJ them over. I don't know.
BJ's not supposed to be here.
You hear Betty say, oh, BJ, I don't know.
Hang on. That's the other guy. Hang on. And I don't mean anything about him. I wouldn't have taken the video from him if I could find it quicker. And I'm not talking about this fella at all. Please understand, I'm not talking about this man at all. So, but I do want to say something. The phone rang, right? Who do you think was on the phone? If you guys listen to Betty, I would bet money it was BJ calling from the camper to Betty. Because listen, I want you guys to hear this. Wait. Listen. I don't know if I could take, if this man's talking, my apologies, sir. I forget your name. I thought it was Boss Man somebody. I apologize, sir, because I didn't catch it. So if he's in here, we could listen to him by all means, but please don't comment on this fella, because I'm not trying to talk about content creators. We have content.
Oh, BJ. Let me ask you guys, do y'all think they all knew that BJ was over there?
It doesn't matter.
And if y'all believe they knew that,
it doesn't matter, because that was their home. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's his home.
Did you?
Hello?
Yeah, record that.
Yeah, record that. Who the hell is this guy? Who does this? This is terrible. Having somebody come onto your porch and dictate like this, and they don't have anybody to debate with him. The only real person could have been BJ. Man, he wanted her out of the way. Edie, what's your husband saying? Edie, what's your husband saying?
Hello?
back there. Call me.
I think BJ's on the phone with Betty here. I really do. And Eric, I don't even think notices that because he is so stirred up right now and has taken such offense that he didn't come first, but that their family came first. He is stewing about that shit.
Back there, man.
Remember, there's a protection order. She don't supposed to be
Did you
here.
know she was up here? Did you know she was up
I
here?
don't know she's over there. I don't know who's over there.
Now here's a woman. I think she's in her 60s, right? Because Lorraine was the older one. I think Betty's in her late 60s, right? Or mid 60s. She just looks older because she's taking care of everybody. Imagine somebody coming and you being like that. You don't like confrontation. You're not used to confrontation, and you have to deal with this on your front porch.
Now, I
want this guy to stop talking. I tried to.
They get defensive.
When's your court day?
Next week.
No, it's not.
The court day was a four for me.
No, we didn't.
The paper posted on the Facebook.
Now, at this moment, they're telling him, Patrick said that order is no longer. You missed the court date, and he's arguing. He is arguing with her. And what happens? He found out the court date was the 4th, and he was wrong. Remember? But that was a couple days later. And we know that. We absolutely know that he came on and said, I was wrong. I don't know how I missed the court date. But what about all this shit, Eric? Because you were convinced and you were calling people liars and you were getting so angry and you missed the court date. What about that?
No.
Should have come to us last
No.
night.
It's on the 9th and 10th. That's why I'm not leaving until Thursday.
Well,
So he swore to us it was on the 10th. Now he says it's on the 9th or the 10th. We just heard that. It was on the 4th. It was on the 4th and he missed it. And these people are telling him that and he's arguing.
Kitty come to us last night. Paper posted on the
Nope.
Facebook.
It was 10 days. 10 days from when me and her got that order. You got to call 911.
He said, hey, we got to call 911.
But he didn't have to call 911. It's not his place and he missed the court date, sir.
Oh, Betty missed her court day.
No.
Your dollar number. I messed up on.
So Betty called 911 and she gave Eric the phone.
Guys, this is the BTBG is the guy's channel, just so you know if you like his deep voice. I like his deep voice. I don't agree with him, but I like his deep voice. I think he's just believing what Eric says. And you can't do that, in my opinion. You just can't do that. Who made Eric the keeper of truth? Really, look him up because he's done some things. I'm not saying Patrick hasn't. I am saying this. Patrick's been living there for a while. The family wasn't broken up then. That's true. Hey, Carla, how are you?
My name is Eric Carroll. Yes, ma'am.
So he's on the phone, right?
Although my phone's not going to work because of where I'm at.
Trying to talk to the police.
Yes, ma'am. That's the house phone at where I'm currently at. There's somebody here that's in violation of the protection order. BJ Whittaker. Yes, ma'am. Betty Roach is her real name. She's in the camper right here. We got a protective order on her last week. She's not supposed to be here. No, she's just in her camper. I don't know. I just saw her looking through the window and very disappointed to find out she's up here.
Very disappointed. But you ran away with their money and nobody has seen or heard from you since. I wonder how they feel.
They're good. I think they won. They're good.
Guys, look who's in the chat. You want to come up? If you want to come up, you're welcome to come on up. I could drop a line for you. Let me know, Lady K. I'd love to have you come on up.
Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. It's in Betty Whittaker's name, and she's right beside me. Yes, ma'am. Betty, they have to talk to you because it's in your name.
Hello. Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Hey, buddy.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know. I don't know. I didn't know she was over there. I don't know. She said she took one day and soon to get back. I don't know where they're at.
You didn't know she was here, Betty?
No.
You didn't know she was here?
No.
Who deserves a grown woman? All right, that's cool. I'm going to go ahead. Listen, Lady K. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to send you an email with the link. Is that all right? Can I send you an email with the link? Let me know in the chat if I could send you an email with the link, please.
Do you want her here?
I didn't know she was here.
I'm saying.
Listen to how anxious this woman is. They all supposedly have heart problems, but let's upset them. Let's upset them a little bit.
Do you want her here?
She ain't going to be here.
No, she goes to jail.
But she knows she wasn't.
Hey, Jen. Okay, Lady K, I'll send that to you.
Just got that house ready to go.
I just got that house ready to go. What house did you get ready to go? The house you never got the permits on? I'm sorry, what house are you trying to mess with our heads with? I'm sorry, which one? Which house would that be? Come on, please, come on. Don't insult people's intelligence, really.
I didn't know she was here.
When did she get here, Larry?
Last night, right?
You know when she got here.
Last night I said.
You said you reckon. You know she was here.
No, I didn't. I didn't. Honest.
She must.
Listen to how upset. Please listen to how upset this man is. That's not right. That is not right. And that's his daughter. Come on, man. Come on. Be serious.
Somebody saying
We was all in bed last night. That's what now we was. I didn't know. I didn't went nowhere last night.
No.
Not there, baby.
No. He didn't went nowhere last night. Because I like waking up
That's
last
what
night.
makes me mad. People act like I'm lying about it.
Was it after the grandson came?
What is the little baby, the grandson, right? They're mentioning the grandson. Does it matter the grandson came? Where is the grandson in this? Remember, there was a little baby that Betty had. I think it was in one of Mark's videos. It might have been in one of their videos.
I'm all the way up here away from my family to keep this from happening.
I didn't know she was there.
Yes,
Listen to the manipulation. Nobody made you come. You could have left.
you did, Larry.
No, I did not.
Listen to how upset Larry is sitting there trying to defend himself like that. Who would like that? I just want to ask you, who would like that?
Well, you're going to acknowledge that she's going to jail now?
Huh?
You acknowledging she's about to go to jail?
Yes.
Okay.
But she ain't.
Well, that's what's going to happen because she's not supposed to be here. Hey guys, we stopped recording at this point because we had to wait for a cop to get there, or so we thought. What I didn't know is Betty was inside on the telephone. After this, she would come and hand me the telephone, and it was the sheriff's department letting me know they could not do anything to BJ because the order was terminated. Larry and them was trying to say that I missed my court date. They was trying to say that Patrick said that I missed a court date. I have confirmed with people we didn't miss our court date.
Which people did you confirm with because you missed the court date? See, this is the shit I got a problem with. He doubles down on it. Doubles down on it. Come on up. Come on up. How you doing?
Hey, girl, I haven't ever done this by my phone, so that's probably why I look generic on my avatar.
But everybody knows your voice. Those that don't know, this is Lady K. Check her channel out, please. I've been putting it in my description below, the links to her channel, Tragic TV, and Flies on Coleslaw. So check them out, guys. So what do you think of this? Have you I know you've seen this, right? What do you think of this, Lady K? Seriously.
I think, in my opinion, first of all, hi everybody in the chat. It's good to see you. Hope you having a good day. I think he is agitating. I think he's causing a ruckus.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think he has he knows what he's doing, and that's just my observation. I think he wanted to take the money and run.
So do you think that he had this plan from the start, even before he got there from Georgia? I mean, when he reached out to Pat, what do you think? I mean, this is all just speculation, guys, and hindsight, a little bit of hindsight, okay? Do you think that from Georgia, when he reached out to Patrick by saying, hey, I think you're doing great things with Timmy, but I think I could help you with your GoFundMe and bring it up because you ain't doing so well with that. Do you think his intention was to come here and do this? I believe his intention was to come and make money. But
I think his intentions.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think his intentions were to expose, to give himself attention on his dad talk podcast. I think it was also intentions to make profit off of poverty porn. I think that there was a lot of different layers to this, in my opinion. So I'm surprised he folded through the white talent as quick as he did, because there's money to be made off of this situation. But I think that he got in too deep.
Here's what I think. I think that there are actually channels out there that he has control over that we don't know about. I think that. Now, I can't prove it. I'm not even going to deep dive into it, but I totally think it. I mean, I'm not going to hold him. I'm saying I think it. I'm not saying it as fact. But yeah, I mean, like, there's money. I don't think people like Eric leave money on the table. I don't think so.
That was surprising to me that he left. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Whittaker family YouTube channel is still up and running, and it's still generating money.
Absolutely.
And he is, from what I've seen, he is the sole heir of that. H-E-I-R of that. He is the sole, or H-E-I-R, right? Heir. He's the sole proprietor of that. He is the person that's going to get that money.
That we can assume, because his friend Dwayne seemed to be running that YouTube channel. Now, who the monetary gain is going to, such as bank accounts, cash apps, we don't know. Like, everyone would assume that they would get paid between the 21st and the 25th. Where that money is deposited into, I couldn't tell you. But it looks to me as him and Dwayne are over that YouTube channel.
Definitely, I don't think Patrick has any access to that money. I think Patrick has access to his Facebook channel and to that Cameo thing, but I don't think any other thing. If he does, then he would have it the same way that I'm accusing, more or less, or speculating that Eric has it, maybe by somebody running a channel and him benefiting or sharing that with him. And that could be possible. he could be saying, hey, listen, if you run this, I'm going to give you the information. We're going to split the money. That could be happening. We don't know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we have no idea. We don't know what other side profits being made. Just hypothetically speaking, just the first month, I think that they made a couple $5,000 each. He could be saying, out of my $5,000, to Wayne, if you run this YouTube channel monthly, I'll give you $1,200. So something like that could be happening that we don't know about. We're not privy to.
Right.
Is he doing it for free? It takes some time to run a YouTube channel and upload shorts, upload videos. Would he do it for free? I don't know. But I would be very curious to see whose bank account that's going into, and if money was deposited and all that. I would like to see that.
And that's what, Mark Leda didn't show us that. Mark Leda never showed us, and he never said that he was giving money from his views for them, but he was very clear in what he showed that was supposed to be the Whittaker money and was in fact the Whittaker money. You know what I'm saying? From the GoFundMe. Like,
right.
So the GoFundMe was never a problem. According to Eric, the problem was the disbursement of it. It was never a problem, but he said it and people believed that the GoFundMe was the issue. The GoFundMe kept the money in one place safe.
Right.
The disbursement of it was the issue that people had, because half the people said, oh, I thought I was donating to a house. And the other half said, no, it was their money and he gave it to them. That was the only problem that was with Mark. It wasn't that he didn't give them money or anything like that.
No, and I truly believe that Mark did give them money. I mean, he showed it. Things were being done on the house. The GoFundMe was there. He was, so I don't think that Mark, did anything malicious against the Whittakers. But he had a business plan, a structured business plan. He has people that do specific jobs in his company. Okay. These two guys, Patrick and Eric, they didn't have a business plan. They thought they had a business plan by verbally communicating ideas back and forth, but there wasn't an actual business plan. This is the accountant. This is our attorney. This is where the money's going to go. There was none of that. It was a fly by night type of deal. It's like a one night stand with the Whittakers.
That's funny. I agree. That's funny. Well, I'm going to play a little bit more of this over here, and I want you to stay as long as you want to stay.
Sure.
And when it's time for you to go, you just let me know, because this is open to you, my friend.
All right. I appreciate you.
And if you need me to stop this for you to say something, just say, Toddy, stop, and I'll stop.
Okay, hon. Got ya.
Right.
It was going to be later on this week, which is why I was extending the Airbnb. It's the whole reason I'm not at home with my family right now. And then you see them acknowledge 1 second, I don't know who's there, or nobody's been there. Well, she's there. Last night, I reckon. There's just so many anomalies. And even then Betty acknowledges, that's what Patrick said. Well, that shows you her involvement. And then they said, Kenny said, I don't know who to believe. All I know is I've been away from my family, up here trying to help them. I've got two people from out of state on their own time and dime that was up here to help.
I don't believe they were there on their own time and dime either. I don't believe that. What do you think?
No, because there have been chats on his personal page and in his Dad Talk post. If you go back a couple of months, he asked his community from Dad Talks Today to help fund that trip to Idaho for plane, for he lost his clothes or something happened. He needed to pay for his crew. And that happened twice on the Dad Talks. I showed that in a video this past week.
That's the thing I was downloading. I said I was downloading something. This is it.
So that's, I don't think it came out of his pocket.
I shouted out
I got
your
back
channel
because
you get.
This is your video right here, Lady K.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what you went over right here. This was what I was downloading because it's really long, the whole live stream. But
it was like a 4-hour stream, and I normally don't ever go 4 hours. Good God Almighty!
but you're showing it right here.
Good clips.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you what. A lot of creators, we wouldn't be worth a shit if it wasn't for clip channels. I don't like to use a lot of their stuff, not because it's not good. I want to go find it myself or direct you to theirs because they deserve all of the view. And I think I cheat them if I use their clips. You know what I mean? I'm cheating them out on a view, on their views. Or I reach out and say, can I use it? But I'm sorry you had that happen to you, honey. But don't let people get you down. Camera crew, kiss my ass. Nick is unbelievable. He's good.
All right. So no offense against you, but I wanted people to see, this is a really long live stream, guys, but you should check it out. Money threats and finger pointing. And there's several clips of Eric asking for money and him saying, I never asked for it. This is the only first time, and he keeps asking for it. He asked for it to go to the Amish country when he was in West Virginia, in odd West Virginia. Every trip he makes, he's asking money and saying that it's coming out of his own pocket, and it's not. He's gotten donation after donation after donation. These are untruths from him.
Mr. Eric.
And those come directly off of his page. That's not something that I got a screenshot of a screenshot of a screenshot. Someone sends me things, I will follow the trail back. Not that I don't believe that person, but I need to see it for myself. If I get up and say, this is from Patrick, this is from Eric, I feel it's my due diligence to go and follow the trail. And that's what I do. I look at it as a lead, and then I follow it, so that comes directly off of his post with his community, not a screenshot of a screenshot. So
exactly. So I have another thing that I want to show, and this was from, I just want to say that I'm not going to talk about this content creator, but the one that decided to have a bird that looked like me. Now, she made comments, and I'm sorry that I thought it was a man at first. I get confused with my voice as well. It wasn't intentional. But there were comments made that Eric, again, possibly could not be living in that home. And I just want to show you, I'm sorry, not Eric, Patrick. I'm sorry. I just want to show you, there was something that I had of Patrick that you could clearly see on his, I don't even have it now. Hang on. Let me get it. You can clearly see that. Look, guys, right there, you can see the electric on top of his head, that it's not even done correctly. He doesn't have insulation in his home. He's living in that home that he said he lives in. So people saying that he didn't live in that home, that he doesn't have, that's the home. That's the home. And you can see it's not completely done, but that's okay. That's okay. He's not lying about where he's at. And that's what I wanted to just show you there. So this one is Patrick's live last night. I think you went over this last night, Lady K. I didn't see it yet. I saw some of his live while I was recording it for here, but I didn't see your response and stuff to it. But let's check out some of this.
Buddy.
I got it on fast speed, so because he's got a lot of lag in it. And here's another thing I want to just say, that he's facing the people, Lady K, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've not seen or heard from Eric. Is that true?
Right. That's true. And my point of view of it with Mr. Eric is, I'm assuming he has attorneys beside him. So it would be in his best interest to face the public via attorney. They can come out and make a public statement, such as, everyone that did donate to the Whittaker family, the money is secure. I'm attorney representing Mr. Eric, blase Skippy. But unfortunately, he hasn't done that yet. And that's what I would be expecting from Eric, since he says that he's a professional man with a professional channel, this and that. I would expect him to have an attorney at least make a public statement. And he doesn't have to go on a camera. He can just make a public statement. Okay. But unfortunately, and he has 2 channels he can do that on. He can do it on Dad Talks. He can do it on Patrick's Facebook page. People will find out and make a simple statement saying that he's representing Eric and the money is secure, it's safe, and there are accountants going through it. That's it. That's all. But he hasn't done it.
He hasn't said anything. And I don't think, you know, I just try to be fair. I've had allegations thrown at me when I was younger. I was not always in trouble, but because I was in trouble sometimes for stupid things, I seem to take the heat for everything, stuff I didn't do and stuff. And even when I was younger and other stuff and other people got in trouble, I honestly, you know, stood up for them too. So, but to me, I'm not saying Patrick's innocent, but I'm saying he should get the least little credit. He's there. He's showing his face. He's talking to people. He's trying to do something. He's the one that set up the thing that everybody, you know, that wants to come and clean their house. You know what I'm saying? Like he's at least doing something where Eric isn't doing anything. Not a damn thing that we see. Just
No, we
nothing.
haven't seen anything from Eric. I do give Patrick, you know, props for facing. I'm assuming I know that we all get haters and trolls that send us emails, messages. So I can only imagine that what he's going through. And I'm going to be honest with you. I was thinking about this last night after my live. I don't want to see anybody hurt themselves, get depressed or anything because of this situation. It's bad. It doesn't need any more drama. It's got enough behind it. And not that I'm sticking up for Patrick, okay, but I hope that he steps away for just 24 hours and checks in with himself mentally, because I don't want to see anyone hurt anymore out of this situation. And that's just my opinion. And I'm not a clinical professional in the mental health arena, but I do kind of worry because haters can really mess with your mind.
Right. So I agree. And he's been getting a lot of hate. And Lady K's channel is in, if you go look at my last video, just look in the descriptions. Her channel's in there, Tragic TV and Flies on Coleslaw, Lighthouse Girl. That's where you can find it. I know there's a few Lady K's when you look her up online, but the actual link to her whole channel is in one of my video descriptions. Just a video I made this morning. You don't have to watch the video. Just look in the description. You'll find the link there. Okay, let's go forward. If you want to type in your channel, you're welcome to do that in the chat, Lady K.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Figured I'd come on here for a few minutes. I don't know how long this will be. Wait for a little bit more people to get on here.
I agree. He should have an intro.
Hey, Julia Mathis, how are you doing? So, one thing I wanted to bring to everybody's attention, when we had them workers to come down, people that volunteered down there to help Betty, somebody decided that they would, after the day was up, somebody decided that they would go and comment on how bad the inside condition of the house was. You know, I thought that, I kind of thought there were some decent people out there, but whenever you have...
Did you see that? I didn't see the thing that whatever put up talked about the inside of the house. Did you see it, Lady K?
No, I did not. I seen the pictures of the people that showed up,
Right.
but I did not see like the comments that allegedly someone had put somewhere. I didn't see it. No one had said, hey, you can find it over here. I didn't see it.
I would assume that if it happened on his channel, hopefully he deleted it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know where it was. I would assume it happened on the Facebook thing because he had to have seen it to say something. That's disgusting. Anybody that would do that, that's disgusting.
Yeah, that's not nice.
As we know, Eric did that. Eric started talking about how filthy that was on the way out the door.
Absolutely.
And, he had money. He wanted to do that. Again, he could have taken them into that 4-bedroom condo that he rented and have that place all cleaned up, and they could have gone home to at least a clean home. But he didn't think about that because it was all or nothing with him. If
Yeah.
to believe,
I was kind of disappointed because I'm started to go back to watch the lies, but some, in my opinion, they're either privated now, so it's not all there. But just to see how it unfolded again, with the different view. And unfortunately, it was just really fast, moving too fast to really help them at all, in my opinion.
Okay. Thank you. Jamie, thank you. She put up your link. Now I'm just trying to get it so I could tag it up. So this is the link to Lady K's channel, guys, just so you know. All right, let's continue on.
To stoop that low, to say that about somebody after people really thought that you wanted to help, that's kind of ridiculous. There's other things to talk about. Be civil and respectful. Yeah, we're trying that. Betty's in good spirits. I talked to Betty and Larry this morning, and I tried to make them understand that as long as BJ resides on that property, that it's not likely they're going to get any help. And
so now I want to ask you a question about this. I think he's talking about regular people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think he's saying that the general public is not willing to help you anymore with BJ there, because
that's what I got to.
Right. Because I asked the question earlier, and, help me understand too. I mean, like, how does the abuser get to keep the home and the 3 people she supposedly abused get kicked out of the home how does that work? There's something there's something that we don't know. I would definitely say there's something that we're missing here. Yes? No?
And the further in this, he'll mention that she has an eviction notice that was served to her last month.
Yeah, 30-day eviction though. It was 30 days, he said, right?
Yeah, so that's the 24th. So it'll be tomorrow. She had 30 days to evacuate the premises.
Yeah, but that's not abuse. When somebody is being called on domestic violence, which is what it would be, to be honest, it doesn't have to be a partner. It could be family. It's domestic.
Right.
So it's domestic violence. It's a protective services. That's not a 30-day eviction where they take the other 3 members out and the abuser gets to stay in the home. Right? I mean,
I think it might be because it's lack of evidence. It was hearsay. Okay. By a second party. So I don't know if they're talking like, say, Betty is talking. Betty's not going to say anything. So Lorraine's can't speak really about it. She'll clam up. Ray won't speak on the abuse. And Timmy, he can't, speak good enough to say what happened, in my opinion. So that to me is a hearsay. So I don't think to accuse someone of abuse and then arrest her for it, there's got to be evidence of that.
Of course. Absolutely. That's why I'm saying I don't think that was a protective order, because a protective order doesn't give you 30 days. A protective order is immediate. It's
right.
Like a restraining order. It's immediate. But the person that gets punished is not the 3 people that are supposed to be used. And those are the 3 people that got punished here. So I'm not sure that they were taken from that. I don't think.
Right. I see what you're saying. I'm sorry, I misunderstood you. Yeah, that does not make any sense. Like, why would they be removed if it's just not just because, but because of the fact that there was abuse? Why would they be removed? Why wouldn't she be removed and
arrested?
Right. You come back, you're going to jail, DJ. Basically.
They don't give you 30 days. So I think there's something more. I think there was more said that we might not know about, and I think it might come out. Because
I do too.
it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't work like that.
No.
We'll hear a little bit. I thought I put this on
I
a
know
faster speed here.
I know that people don't like BJ, and you have a right to have your thought, your opinions, whatever. But I don't have no say of who's on that property and who can go to that property. That's speaking of BJ. I know that a notice to vacate was done on the 25th of August. So the 24th, BJ has to be off the property. I mean, I really don't know where to go with this. It's a tough conversation to have, especially whenever a month ago everything was just normal and everybody having a good time, and then now all of a sudden it's just chaos and people pointing fingers and the blame, but it's okay.
I thought I
It's just taking me a minute to grasp all this, because this is just not something. I'm not a spokesperson, so. BJ was evicted, Tammy Lorenz, but it's a 30-day eviction, so you have to wait on that, according to law.
I'm gonna look at 30 days.
One thing that I do want to address on here, and I know that whenever I say this, everybody's just going to start throwing darts, which is only expected. Everybody wants to know what was Ernie Evans' place in all this. Me and Ernie Evans become friends long before Eric ever come into the picture. And Ernie Evans had a guitar made for Timmy, which was really nice, and he was supposed to bring it up here and present.
So, guys, I just want to read you something. I looked up 30-day notice. So it's a 30-day eviction notice. That's what he said it was, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so a 30-day eviction notice, a 30-day notice to vacate, is a legal document used to terminate a month-to-month tenancy or change of terms of lease. So they just didn't want her living there anymore. That's what that says. That doesn't say anything about abuse. Anybody could look that up. I did scan it. The reasons are not, they could be that there's arguments in the home, but they can't distinguish who is the agitator, who's the aggressor, or anything. So they say, okay, if you don't want this person in this home, and it's you that lives in this home because they live there, because they get mail there, we have to give them a 30-day notice to leave. That is totally different than somebody abusing somebody, clearly.
Right.
Okay.
And she hasn't been arrested for anything.
Absolutely not. You're absolutely right. But she's been accused and crucified. And listen, I'm not a fan of BJ's. But again, when somebody's guilty of something, it doesn't mean we have the right to make them guilty of everything. That's not fair. It's not
right.
fair. And people will never make changes in their life if you always see them for their past. They'll never make changes. The worst thing you could do is see somebody as you see who they are, not as who they are. Clearly, that's who BJ was at the time, and that's who BJ is until I think she's going to get help. But we can't say that she's somebody that puts hands on people because she has a drug problem or because she's a thief. That doesn't make her an abuser. It doesn't make her violent.
And thus far, I haven't seen any type of reports where there has been physical abuse from BJ to anybody living in the home. I'm not saying she hasn't done it in the past. I'm not saying it hasn't occurred. But to get up and say, you abuse these people, you need to have some hardcore evidence of that, in my opinion.
I agree. And also, like I had said earlier, you know, there's videos. You could go look at Mark Leda, and that was only a year and a half ago, right? Mark Leda. So
yes.
You look at those videos, and you could see BJ in some of those videos where she is right next to Timmy and she goes to reach for like a cup of coffee or a soda. I forgot what she was reaching for, but Timmy doesn't flinch. He doesn't move.
Right.
He's not, none of these people are reacting to this woman as if they're afraid of her. They're just not, you know? So I think, you know, sometimes we need to look and not let people just convince us of what they want us to see. We have to use critical thinking here. She could be a thief. It doesn't mean she's a violent person. We haven't seen it.
To Timmy, but after everything that went on, that didn't happen. Ernie Evans has no involvement other than he cares about the situation. I know that in one of Eric's videos that he said something about Ernie Evans being involved with some kind of something about $5,000 or something like that, and that was not the case. The story behind that is, listen closely. I had told Eric a long time ago that I wanted to do a meet and greet with the Whittakers. I wanted everybody to enjoy them. Everybody loves them. Everybody enjoyed them. That's what I wanted.
Okay, so let me ask you a question, because we have to interrupt this, but what's your feeling about the meet and greet? Now, there's people on here that are going to say that's exploiting, and I get it. What do you think about that? What's your feeling about that, Lady K? What's your opinion on a meet and greet when it comes to that?
Well, I think if it's once a year or whatever, I guess that would be up to the Whittakers. For me, it seems as Patrick would go out to like IHOP and this and that, he would announce that on his Facebook page. And hey, if you want to meet the Whittakers, come up to IHOP. We're having dinner. To me, that's intrusive. Now, if it's a planned event, the Whittakers know, okay, we're going to go to this music fest. People that watch you on social media are going to be there on this date, and they're going to want to meet you. They want to, you know, but, and he explains it to them. That's different. All right. If it's a planned event, but so, I mean, I don't know exactly how they would appreciate it or if they would enjoy that. That would be a conversation that he would need to have with the Whittakers and say, would this be something that you're interested in, Betty, Timmy? You know, is that okay? So,
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know, I didn't like the way he would always say they're at IHOP, they're at here, they're if you want them, you know, I thought that was intrusive.
Right. I agree. And I think that there were videos that exploited Timmy that I'm not okay with. I'm not okay with it. It's not illegal, but I have, and I'm a gay woman. I still have a problem with a grown man in his underwear rubbing another man's back for videos. I don't care that you do it, but you're doing it. And this man, Timmy, who's a man by age, he's a man. He doesn't understand what's being shown online. And I don't think there's a lot of consideration for that. And that needs to be considered.
Absolutely.
And the meet and greet, my thing with the meet and greet, I can't imagine Ray being able to like hold it together for a few hours, or even Lorraine like sitting and meeting people over and over and over again. You know, that I don't even know that that's something that they would be capable of doing and feel good about it while it's going on for the few hours that it would be going on for at the very least.
Here's the thing that I see a lot that has happened. It's never really a conversation. Betty, Lorraine, this is what we have planned for this week. What is your input on it? Because it is themselves being filmed. Okay. In my opinion, if you're going to create content and film someone else, they need to be 100% in control of what you're showing and what you're doing with them. Okay. It shouldn't just be a pop and pose whenever they felt like it. The content creator, because I know for my own self, if I go into somewhere and people know that I create content, they're like, oh yeah, especially younger kids, for some reason, they think it's awesome, but it does make you a little anxious, a little nervous. So I can only imagine that to the Whittakers. And I'm, you know, I don't have those issues in my life, but I still get anxious a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it happened to me one day. I'm at work one night. I'm not gonna tell anybody where I work. I'm at work one night, and all of a sudden I go take care of something, and I'm dealing with somebody, and I said, let me take care of this for you, and I go in the back, and all of a sudden I hear Toddy One skip. I fucking shrunk.
Mhm.
I fucking shrunk. I felt naked.
Yeah.
So I had to, I mean, the first thing I did was yell, oh, fuck. I mean, that's what I did.
Yeah.
And I had to gather myself because I wasn't expecting it. I'm saying, where does this, okay, they obviously know me online. Do they hate me? Do they like me?
Exactly.
And thankfully, it was a content creator that that did like me, and everything was cool. And I just said, please don't tell people where I work. And he was like, it's not a problem.
Right.
Don't worry about it. So, but I get it. Absolutely. It's very, because people can often reach and grab. And some of these people, the Whittakers, don't like to be touched. So,
Right.
you know, when you like, can you imagine reaching and grabbing for Ray and him not understanding it over and over? See what, but this was, I don't think it would be a good idea, in my opinion, but you know, he knows them better than both of us.
He does.
You know, your opinion on it. And I think we kind of share the same opinion on it.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Ernie about how to get a bluegrass band to come and interact. And we were going to do this meet and greet in Camp Creek, West Virginia. And I inquired about how much it would cost to have that meet and greet. And I inquired with this bluegrass band on how much it would cost for them to come and play. And the cost of this bluegrass band, they're a high-profile bluegrass band. I'm not going to speak their name. Everybody's good at finding out stuff, so you can probably find out on your own. But it was going to cost $5,000. That's the only thing that's ever been brought up about.
Do you believe him?
I want to. Okay. I want to believe him, because enough with the fibs and the storytell time. But how convenient though. I mean, come on. A spade's a spade sometimes, though. You know what I mean? And so I want to believe him. I do. I don't like just to throw everything at Patrick. I really don't, because the guy's getting enough. Okay. But I mean, it's very, very convenient that Mr. Evans is a bluegrass musician. They're communicating. They're going to be in that area. Okay. They're going to be in West Virginia. So I don't want to throw that and say that he's lying, because I really don't know. I don't want to throw it and like, oh, you're a liar. But I don't know. I want to believe him.
But you do know, I just want to make sure that you know what he said. So, and I'm not insulting you, because I see it this way. And I'm glad that we kind of see things differently, because we seem to see things a lot the same. And I don't want people saying, well, look, they see things. My thing is, okay, so if we're to believe Ernie Evans is a promoter, right?
Right.
We would agree that Ernie Evans is a promoter. Him and Patrick were friends before any of this, before Eric came into play, at least. Right. I don't know if they were friends before the Whittakers or not, but before Eric came into the picture. We know that. So I could honestly see him, because he's a fan of bluegrass, him meeting or is trying to speak to Ernie before before Eric came into the play, because he supposedly is a banjo player as well. Patrick likes to play banjo, because that was something Eric accused him of. No, this was a good way for him to get on stage or whatever, be a banjo player. So I think that it makes sense to me if he was looking to do like a meet and greet, or if he was trying to figure, because he was trying to do things on his own, and Eric reached out to him and said, hey, I could help you better. Like, you're not doing it so well, I could help you. So I could see him, that he was friends with Ernie, and that Ernie said, he says, hey, listen, maybe I could do if we do a meet and greet with the Whittakers, maybe we can have like a bluegrass band in there. Now, maybe Patrick would have enjoyed the bluegrass band a hell of a lot more. And it might have been a band that Patrick actually wanted to see and the Whittakers don't give a shit about, clearly.
Right.
But I could see that conversation being true and Eric flipping it the way Eric flipped it, into him saying basically he was going to pocket the $5,000 or whatever he was going to do with it. Where this does make more sense. I wanted to get this band. It would have been this amount of money. And I think that because we didn't even hear about this until after the two split up, that Eric said, oh, and he wanted to do, remember all that bad stuff started coming out about Patrick through Eric. So this wasn't a bad thing until the split between the two of these men, because there wasn't the accusation of the tools, which I believe that. I do believe that, that he stole tools. It was a while ago. He even said it, Eric. So I do believe that allegation. And I think that allegation allowed Eric to pile more shit on top of this man.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to slam him with it, because I don't know. That's why I'm like, it is convenient because of Ernie's expertise and his band and being in the area. But also it could be another band. That's why I'm like, I'm not going to just go in and say, no, you're lying about this, because I really don't know. But I do kind of see where people could get the idea.
Yeah, no, I see it too. And we don't know. I don't think Betty was neglecting them ridiculous. I think she was doing the best she could. I don't see that Betty was neglecting them at all. So I have to disagree with that. I think, and I'm with you 1,000%, like Timmy should get that guitar. Ernie Evans, reach out to that facility and say, can I please send him this guitar? It was something that was supposed to go to him. Is it against policy? Is it okay if he gets it? I mean, because if it was his guitar, it's his guitar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you were already gifting it to him, why are you taking it away from him? He didn't do anything. So, yeah, I got a problem with that. I think that Ernie would look better if he sent that guitar.
Me too. And Ernie, I need one of those things that attach to the guitar so we can be famous guitar players. Okay, buddy?
You could buy that. You could actually buy that.
Yeah.
I'll send you a link to that if you want, because I know what they are. I play guitar, but I thankfully I don't need that, but I know what it is. They're good for your fingers and stuff. Do you really want a link to that? I'll send it to you.
No, I'm just joking, because I thought it was really cool. I think it's really a cool design.
It is.
And I honestly think that Timmy would really enjoy that. I do. I really do.
Yeah, I just want you to know, and everybody to know, just in case, that it's not the guitar. It's a regular guitar, and there's a device that's put on that. That's not part of the guitar. So any guitar, you would be able to add this device to it. I
think you would enjoy it a lot.
Oh, absolutely. Even if it's just the strum, because you saw him with music. Music's universal. I don't care what language. If you don't even speak a language, music is universal for sure. And he should get that guitar. So send them that. Please,
Ernie, send him the guitar if you're listening.
Yeah.
Any kind of money. And I want to get that out, and I want people to understand that everybody has went into attacking Ernie, and Ernie has never done nothing but have solid intentions for the Whittakers.
So I want to give him that, but I want to address this comment, and I'm not trying to throw you out, Red, because listen, man, you've written to me. We've gone back and forth, and we've disagreed and agreed, but we do it respectfully. My problem with this comment about there's proof of neglect, where these men let this man go into their car, and their cars, those trucks mean the world to them. You could see that. So if he had poop on him, you think they let him in the car? You think they shook his hand? You think they sat next to him? You think they took him to Walmart? You think Mark allowed that to happen? He would just take them with shit on their pants like that? This was something Eric said. It doesn't make it so. It doesn't make it so. And let me tell you something. If an old woman like Betty, who looks 100 years old, I hate to say it, she looks the oldest out of all of them, and because she's been the caretaker. If she is slowed in her age and she can't get to him as quickly as she could before, is that neglect and abuse? I mean, we have to be careful of that. We have to be careful of what we say about people, because we have to show people grace. I mean, that's an old lady who has shown us that she cares for her family. We've seen that. We've seen it in the videos. We see her with her sister that y'all thought, and me too, was younger. Oh, she's got her little sister's hand. No, she's got a big sister's hand. She's taking care of her older sister. So that woman's been around before Betty. And then Betty came into the picture. So I believe Betty, her whole life, actually did, her whole life, take care of them. And if she slowed down because of age and because they've all gotten older. That's just fair to say. I have a problem with these comments. There's absolutely proof. No, there's not absolute proof. Unless you have something that I haven't seen, please show it to me. You got to.
There's a really good video of them going to the grocery store, and I believe it's with Patrick. You see Betty with the cart with her sister Lorraine, guiding her through the store. Timmy's doing what Timmy does, picking up stuff for that Patrick tells him, putting it in the cart. Timmy's shoes untied. Betty does this without even a second thought in her mind. She has the hold of Lorraine, tells Lorraine to stay right here, bends down, ties Timmy's shoe, keeps it moving. You can, by that video, you can tell that that's an everyday thing for her.
I talked about that video. I hate to interrupt you, but I'm doing it. Okay. So that video was the one where she's got that little hole in the back of her shirt, and as she's tying his shoe, he's playing with that hole.
Yeah.
And she comes up and they share this smile that is so genuine.
Yeah.
And that was enough for me.
Right.
And I've talked about that. And I'm glad you brought that up. I talked about that too, because absolutely, that is not abuse. Listen, and that isn't even, I don't even want to say neglect. This is somebody who is doing the best they can. And I just have a real problem with the word neglect, because it seems like it makes it
don't think
fair.
I don't think Betty's name needs to be tied with neglect and abuse. Should have there been some people, an organization from the state coming in and helping her a couple times a week? I do think so. If they would have allowed it. Now, see, that's the thing. If they would have allowed it. But I think that Betty, through the years, have done what she could. Is it the way we would do things? Maybe not. But it was their way. Okay. And that's what people have a hard time wrapping their minds around. Just because clean isn't clean to you doesn't mean it's not clean to them. People from other countries come here and visit, and that our clean is different than their clean in another country. Okay. So people need to keep that in mind here.
Exactly. Bingo. And how people live sometimes is none of our business. It's just none of our business.
That's it. I'm hoping that people can, I'm hoping that people will understand some things that's being said here, instead of all this back and forth and throwing darts and all that kind of stuff. So we addressed that. There's been no contact with Timmy, Lorraine, and Ray, and we're trying to figure out a route that we can go. I'm afraid that things are not going to go in Betty's favor as far as the house down there and getting them back. And I know that we've talked about in the past of getting a double wide figuring out some way to get a double wide and get it put on that other property over there. But the problem with that is that it's tied up in heirship. So I don't know how well that's going to work out. I've said this several times. I offered to give Betty my house so she can have her family back. Everybody hears it.
Now, I believe him. I believe him 100% because you don't get online until 2000 or however many people are watching him, and local people that are watching this that live by him. I believe him. I believe him, right? I mean, what's your feeling about that, Lady K?
I believe him, and that also brings me back to what Mr. Eric said. I have the permits all ready to go. The paperwork's filled out. We got it. I've been out scoping the land. Whenever it cannot be done legally, because if it's an heirship, he would have found that out. And let me tell you what just triggered in my mind. That is why he might have bailed, because it's not going to be a real big payday, honey.
Why? Talk to me. Tell me, because are we missing something? You want to wait till you...
Because they can't build.
Oh, okay. Okay.
He might have found that out. I'll have to go back and watch when all this shit broke loose. Is it after he went and said, I got the paperwork, and then it came back, well, you can't build?
He got the permits. He got that permits, remember?
Yeah, but what happened like the day after? He had to say something to everybody. You got to say something because you're supposed to be doing shit, right? But when it came back that it's an heirship and he's not allowed to build, let me tell you, that would have generated a lot of money. Okay, I need to be down here. I need Airbnb. I need gas money. Let's think about it. So
Yeah,
maybe that I'm not accusing. I'm just that just popped in my head.
I hear you. No, I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. And that's something that I didn't think about that, because I'm just thinking about content for him. I'm just thinking about content. But you're right. How long could it go on for if it couldn't have happened? And listen, we all heard this man say, we all heard Eric say that he had the permits.
Yes.
He had them.
There's a post.
I'm sorry?
There's a post, I think, on the Whittaker YouTube post or on Patrick's page that's somewhere. There's a post, a public post that says, they got the permits, blah, blah, blah. Going to see the Amish. I don't remember exactly. Don't quote me on it. But if you look, it's either on the Whittaker YouTube channel or it's on on Eric Carroll's Facebook. It's somewhere. I probably have it if anyone would like to see it.
No, I mean, I believe you. But I'd like for you to, I know you're going to go and check out that and find out if there is a connection between the
I don't know. I'm really thinking I'm going to.
Oh, I know you are. I know you are, because I heard in your voice, oh shit, I just thought about this. So
yeah.
No, absolutely. And yeah, I want to see that. I want to see that video, because I think that it's quite possible, because the content would have dried up. The content would have dried up. I can see where, that would have been over. I believe that wholeheartedly.
Make sure that this is, not turned around to something else, because everybody likes to do that. I said that I would give Betty my house. So I don't know, I don't know about that either. I've also offered that I would give Betty a piece of my property to put something on. That way, nobody can say it's tied up in heirship. Nobody can say you can't put that there. It's just like a fresh start,
That's a good idea.
So I'm trying to think of a million things.
That's a good idea, though. If you could do that, you could do that. Yeah, that's me talking in the background while I was doing the video. But I don't know if you can do it. There are places that will not let you put like a camper or a second home unless you get it zoned correctly. And then there are places that you could put a camper or another home, and it doesn't seem to bother them. And that's the way it seems to be in Odd, to be honest with you, because that's what they did with that other home that Larry lived in before it was burnt down. And then they had that camper on the side of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think that, you know, listen, he's the only guy offering out of the two of them. He's the only one offering anything.
I would appreciate help from everybody out there that does care, because we need a solution, not a problem. I know there's people out there that care, and then I know there's people out there that just like drama. And
that's right.
No, Ray didn't die. Everybody says that Ray's died. No, Ray hasn't died. They've not found Moraine unresponsive anywhere. I'm gonna touch base on this one more thing, and then I'm gonna try to be friendly to y'all and let y'all ask questions, maybe a couple questions, and see where we can go. You know, I have a lot of people attacking me because of this right here, because everything that's went down and the way that things.
And he's the only one to attack. The other guy's gone. The other guy's gone. He's the only one to take the heat. So that needs to be remembered, in my opinion. That needs to be remembered.
He's not hiding. He's showing his face. And to me, you know, he's not that he's taking full accountability, but he is coming up here. He is communicating. No matter, even if he's sassy or not, okay, people may not like the way he responds. And I'm not team Patrick. I'm not team Eric. I am team Whittaker because that's what's right. But he is coming up here. Okay, he's speaking.
Exactly. And he's the only one that's offering any kind of assistance to them in any way, shape, or form right now.
You know, because I'm really disappointed in Eric Carroll, because he says he stands for this. He stands for, you know, transparency. He stands for all this stuff in his life, but he's still yet to have somebody like an attorney come out and speak to the public about questions that people want to know. And they want to know, where is their money? And I'm not talking about the Whittaker money. I'm talking about, where's the public's money?
Exactly. And he made everything everybody's business to begin with. So you can't call it quits now.
No.
You can't just open the door when you want and slam it in the faces of those same people that you put your hand out to and ask for shit from. Can't do that.
No.
Have ended up. I can say that I'm furious about it, and I could act out on it, but I'm not going to. When this all started out, there was no chaos. Zero chaos. Everybody in America, people in Canada, in the UK, everybody seen something different from the Whittakers. They went from sitting on the porch all the time to getting out, getting their nails done. Timmy.
And here's another thing, like Mark Leda did that too. And, you know, he did it with dignity. He did it with respect, differently than these guys did it. Differently. These guys put them like they were a circus act. I'm sorry. I don't think they portrayed them with any kind of dignity or anything. You know what I mean? I don't see that, especially after talking about how dirty and how the house was and all that shit. Now, that's not giving that's just a really bad look. That's just a really bad look. It didn't have to go there, you know? Didn't have to go there.
No.
Riding jet skis, shooting machine guns, going fishing, having new clothes. You know, everybody complains about Timmy having new clothes. What's wrong with Timmy having new clothes? What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong with that. He deserves that, and he deserves a lot more.
I never saw anybody complain about that.
And I know a lot of people want to hear, I know a lot of people were pissed, and because they've donated money through a YouTube channel that they thought was going to benefit the Whittakers. I'm sorry that happened. I wish I could give you comfort, but I can't, because I'm pissed about it too. This person took a family that was happy, and they had the world promised.
So there wasn't an order of protection. There wasn't that. There was something that Eric missed something on. There wasn't that. That's not true. You don't give somebody a 30-day eviction notice. You just don't do that.
And then just one day it was ripped out from underneath them. That's not fair. That's not fair.
No, it's not, Patrick. It's not. It's not. And here's the thing. This man's sitting here talking about this. The other guy ain't saying jack shit. We don't hear from him.
Will we be positive about this? You're right, Lynn, legalize. The video about $5,000 for a bluegrass band. Yep. Robbie Lamb, I did Copenhagen long cut wintergreen.
This is the band he's in, apparently.
You're right, Angela Settles.
You can look it up.
I do love the Whittakers. There's allegations of abuse, but there's no evidence.
That's right.
Of abuse.
That's right. That's right. Your fucking friend.
Sorry.
Melissa Bradshaw.
You thought you were a stupid country boy.
I took Betty last week
That's what
over
I think.
to
I honestly
talk
think,
to APS.
I honestly think that Eric thought he was a stupid country boy. I really do. And I think, listen, I think he was to make money too. I think Patrick was there to make money too. But I think he was also there to help the Whittakers. Two things could be right at the same time. I think he was going to help the Whittakers and he was going to help himself. You know, that's what I think about Patrick. But I don't think Eric was going to help the Whittakers. I think Eric was just going to help himself. That's what I think. Because that's the way it looks to me. You know, that's the way it looks to me. You still there, Lady K?
Yeah, I think that Patrick had, some good intentions in the beginning. I do. I think that he's seen something that could help both of their families. Yeah. I do. And then he got Eric Carroll involved in it. And Eric, of course, he's going to act like he likes the family. He has to, people. Yeah. He can't go in there and act like he don't like them. You know what I mean? So, and
let me ask you a question. How much do you like somebody that you give them an ultimatum about their family?
Exactly. That told me a lot about Eric, because you're talking to half of America that has someone potentially that's either been addicted or still are addicted to something. Okay. And it's caused a ripple down effect in their family. Okay. And you're going to tell them that I can no longer communicate with them. I can't do anything. That's their family. That's all, especially to a group of people. That's all they have.
Exactly.
That's all they've got is that front porch and the people that come by once a week, once every other day. Okay. He doesn't understand the dynamic. He doesn't understand the dynamic.
Yeah. I want to ask people in the chat to just stop for a second. There's been a lot of people that have visited this family. There was that Vegas profile man, the one that went by, and I did a video on him, and him and I got mad at each other. But and then there was the woman with the Tesla that said her dad was Elon Musk. You guys saw that video, right? You've seen the many videos of people just coming by the Whittakers. None of them have ever said anything about abuse. or anything about dirty and them sitting in their own shit. None of them except this man who never said anything until he left town. I mean, that's just the truth. That's a fact. Am I wrong? I mean, where did we see this before? Where did we see crap? Where did we see this? We didn't hear of abuse. We knew that they lived in horrible conditions. You could open your eyes and see that. But nobody said, oh man, he smells like shit, or oh, I can't have him in my car, or oh, I can't take him out to eat. Nobody, not one of those content creators said, oh my God, I got to go wash up now because, oh God, you know what I'm saying? One person said it and people are taking it as gospel. And I don't understand that.
Well, I can't see the chat because I'm on the phone, but I have a question. So if it was so bad and Eric was there off and on, I never seen him say, hey, Betty, I'll help you clean up Ray. Here's the Depends. Here's some adult wipes that I thought you may need. I know they're expensive. All right. I didn't see that happening. I didn't see that him saying, let's get Ray cleaned up before we do anything else today. So if that was happening, because I don't know what's going on in the chat, I'm just throwing this out here.
Yeah.
If that was happening, is Eric also guilty the same way that Betty is? Because he's a grown man there to help the Whittakers, and he didn't offer to help clean him up every day he was there.
No, he let him in the car.
He took him to the store. He took him bowling. He took him, because, that's what they do. Instead of fixing a sewer system or getting plans together, we want to go out and spend money and have fun. You know what I mean? We want to do that instead. Makes sense to me.
Because that's content. That's content, my friend. And that also every time, and you guys, come on now. We don't need critical thinking. We just need eyes for this. Anytime anything was given to that family, Eric was right in that video. I mean, I don't like the way he made a big deal about the fucking chips. Like they're a bag of chips. You know what I mean? Like, oh, we got like the big deal of it. Now I understand.
To me, it reminds me, I'm going to say this, and this is not a direct reflect on you. Okay, Toddy. So chat, I know this is Toddy's channel, but I'm going to say this. When he would walk up on that porch with those bag of chips and hand it to Lorraine, she would get excited, and he knew that. It was almost like him the way he made it is almost like going to some animal abused and like, I got a bone for you, here you go, I like you. That shit pissed me off. Okay, let's give the lady big bags of potato chips with salt on it when she's freaking 80 years old with already had a heart attack. I mean, that's a freaking no-brainer. All right, I'm not saying one bag. We had multiple bags. All right. And he dangled it over her head like, I'm here to have your son for content. Here's your pay. 2 bags of chips. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And made sure that they know, like he bought them.
That's what I'm saying. That's how it was portrayed on camera.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of the things were staged. I just saw somebody sent me that new guy's channel where he's talking about how things were staged, and I believe that a lot of the stuff was staged. He filmed things from beginning to end with no edit, no nothing. How easy is that, right? It might as well all been a live stream, to be honest with you, because when Mark did it, and listen, Mark just did it with a little bit of care and a lot more dignity. He turned his little videos, and anybody could do this. Listen, all you need is a few minutes of time and a few minutes of a heart to just turn those videos into something that would have looked nicer and would have portrayed them better. And he didn't. He didn't. It was about him. I don't think it was about the Whittakers for him. I think it was about him, and he just used the Whittakers for what he wanted. And that's my opinion on this. I mean, he just does not look good. And the more he's gone, the more guilty I think he looks. That's what I think about him. I don't think he's a good guy. You guys can check out his other channel as well, and yeah, I don't think so.
And they wouldn't allow her to talk to him, so they've been called.
So did you hear that? They won't let Betty talk to her family. There's something besides this.
Yes.
And a few people have said that Betty might be under investigation for fraud with money, because if they're getting money from the state and they're donating, now that money could be investigated. That's true, but that's not a reason to separate a family. That's not the thing. I don't believe that's it at all. I'm sorry, I don't. Do you think that that's it?
I think that, and now I don't know this to be a fact. This is just speculation on my end. I think that the reason why maybe that Betty's not being able to communicate with them at this point is, one, they haven't had a court date yet to tell the judge what's going on and him say, okay, they can have, because they have to have a court date. I don't know if that's happened. Second, there might be something that's being viewed from the state of not neglect like we're thinking, household neglect, meaning there isn't proper way for him to get in and out of the shower by themselves. Lack of reach of things. Do they have access to a proper running toilet? Do they have access to proper shower? So not that Ray couldn't maybe do it by himself and coach, but was it accessible without any obstruction? So I'm not saying neglect as in she's not trying the best she can. I'm saying the house is neglect. You know what I mean?
Right.
So until that's in front of a judge and they'll tell the state how to proceed. That's just my uneducated opinion.
Yeah, but that wouldn't be a reason why Betty can't go visit her family in their facility.
I think it has a lot to do with with them seeing the judge and what is classified as neglectful.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Okay. Who owns the house the Whittakers are in right now? Well, the state owns the house that three of them are in. That we can tell you. And Betty, that's my little sense of humor. And Betty's mom and dad apparently are the ones that are on the deed. So it never went to them. It remained in their family, in their parents' name. And I'm sure it was because of finances, and they might not have known better. I don't know. I don't know, but that's what we know, is that it's in Gracie and John, right? Gracie and John's name.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right. Danny. Oh, wait, that's my dog, man. Making me dinner. You little thief. She was eating.
Haley, man, I've heard nothing of an investigation. I know they're investigating. I know that I'm part of that investigation. But if they do their job right, they'll find out what happened.
They'll do their job right. Trust me, they'll do their job right. Get a bunch of fucking people on here. I'm sorry, Patrick. I'm sorry,
Just
Patrick.
reading through the comments.
I do believe that's going to happen. I think people are going to see that the money is in Eric's possession, and a lot of people are going to apologize to this guy, or they should, when they find out that at least a lot of what he's saying, I think, is true. I think a lot of what he's saying is true, and I would hope that, if that comes out and it's true, that people will go to this man and say that they're sorry to him for it. I really hope so, but
Right.
Unfortunately, that's not the human spirit anymore. So
It's here trying to. You're right, Toby Snook. I'm getting thrown under the bus. I get on here this evening just so I can be everybody's target. There's all kinds of fake accounts out here. I think yesterday I counted and there was 14 of me out there. So, and I can't help that. So if you have another Patrick talking to you, then I don't know.
Think you're on mute.
Oh, I'm off it though. No? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Nope. Hang on. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. I did. Oh fuck! I forgot what I was saying. I went on and on. Yeah, I forgot what. Oh, the blue check mark. So he said anything with the blue check mark, he's responsible for. Did you see the thing that I put up that said somebody asked him for money? I think it was a lady. I'm sorry. Somebody offered to send Timmy some stuff. It was a lady named Wendy, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick with the blue check mark. I mean, it's got his blue check. He says, well, you could send cash to and a PlayStation and this and that. What do you think about it? So what I've asked about that, he says anything with the blue check mark. I mean, like, I don't know what you're feeling about that, because
I shared it too because I looked for the blue check mark, and what the blue check mark means for people that know is you have to go through Meta and you have to verify who you are. I'm talking identification. You have to go through a lot of steps to get blue check mark. It's $14.95 a month to have a blue check mark by your name unless you meet the qualifications through Meta. But there is a series of questions and information you have to provide them before you get a blue check mark. So I shared the same stuff that you had shared as well, and it had the blue check mark. So I don't know if someone Photoshop the blue check mark. Is it AI in a check mark? I mean, there's some possibilities there. But for me, I am still on the side of believing that it was him because the blue check mark.
And he told us to count on, that's the blue check mark, right? So,
right.
I hold him accountable for that. I've asked, am I missing something here?
Right.
So I do. Those people that, and I'm sick of like people thinking I'm on sides. I'm calling people out as I see it. So that's the way it is. I called him out on the blue check mark thing. I can't call him out on something that I believe him in and I see proof the other way. I'm not just going to rag on this man. I'm not going to rag on Eric either, except there's things that Eric says out of both sides of his mouth that we should try to understand. And that's it. And that's being on the side of the Whittakers, not on the side of any content creator or anybody else involved. It's just being on the side of the Whittakers.
They didn't arrest BJ for it because you have to have proof of it.
That's right. That's right.
You can't say that somebody abused someone and go arrest them just because of what somebody else says. Yes, Melissa, Athea, whatever. Eric has all the money. I don't have any of the Whittakers' money.
Sorry about that. I was giving my dogs a dog food.
Ryan Birds. I don't know if Betty loves me like a son or not, but I give her a hard way to go, but she gives it all back. And you're right, Toby. As long as I do right, ain't nobody got nothing on me.
I don't think that there's anything more in this live stream that I needed to bring to the attention, except for the fact that, the guy, BJ, wasn't arrested because there was nothing but allegations. That's what happened here with BJ. She might, but there's no proof of it, and we've never heard it from anybody else. And that should draw attention. That should, that should make people think maybe it's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, she's a drug addict, but maybe she's not somebody who's violent. And when you look again, I don't see anybody afraid of her. There's nobody afraid of her. In the meantime, Eric has spoken out of both sides of his mouth, and he was determined to get an order against this family. We just watched the video on it at the very beginning. And he wasn't going to give up until he got that order. And that's what we see. And, look at how he's been in their life for how many months? 2 months, 2.5 months now. Look at what happened. And, I don't know. Common sense says to me, Patrick's been there for a while. Patrick, I'm not saying the videos he put up were good or anything like that, but he wasn't breaking up the family or giving them ultimatums. And it was his gas tank. that they stole from. Remember? He didn't press charges against them. Remember? That was his tank. Are you there, Lady K?
Yeah. So the way I view BJ is she could have, been intimidating at times to get drug money. But my question still remains the same. We do not tell Patrick or Eric how to spend their portion of their money. Okay. So was there a percentage being made off of all this social media being put into the house? Or was there going to be a fundraiser, a social media fundraiser drive to build this house? And that money set aside. And their money that they received is their money. So I'm just putting this out there. I would never go to you and say, well, you've made $600 zillion this month, and you better not get your dog an extra bone, because if you do, you're not going to do content anymore ever, because I don't really like your animal. It pisses on that tree out there, and I planted it. You get where I'm going with it, right?
Right. It's
No
not,
one has a right to say where they spend their money.
that's right.
I'm not
And
saying what BJ did was okay. I'm not saying that. But it almost felt like they were controlling their money. And I'll say this, a thief has the biggest lock. So getting BJ out of there, she was very brassy, very brave. She'll tell a MFer to F off. I have a feeling. Okay, so they wanted her gone, not just for the reason that they're saying, or Eric, in my opinion.
oh, I think they wanted her gone because she was, out of all of them, she's the one that articulates the best.
I'm not saying what she does is right. I don't condone someone with an addiction. There's help out there. And I think that families get stuck in a situation they don't know what to do. And there's lack of resources in that area. What do you expect them to do? They're going to give them the $30 to get them out of your hair, get them from harassing. Just go. Here's the $30. All right. There was a lot of money allegedly that was spent from Mark. Get it? I understand it. But that's why proper people needed to be put into place that overseen this money. Accountants, financial advisors, it being in a trust. But they didn't have that into place. And my other question to you is, do you think that the state police or someone that represents the state police should come out and give a presser on where they're at in the investigation?
I think that would depend on where they're at in the investigation, to be
Right.
honest with you. Patrick, I believe Patrick when he says they haven't spoken to him. I do believe him, because anybody that's doing an investigation could say, yeah, we have, or, well, that's not true. Don't, you know what I'm saying? So I don't, I don't, after the investigation, I think so. But during the investigation, with all these things in motion in the family, I can understand why they're not sharing a lot, honestly. That's my opinion.
Right. Well, I think that somebody from the Eric side needs to come up here that's representing him. Someone, like an attorney, needs to come and speak for him. People need answers, because that's the public's money that is somewhere that he's in control of. And that's just how I feel about it.
Absolutely. And the fact that he just disappeared, he just disappeared.
Yeah. I'm going to jump down. I want to say thank you so
Well,
much
wait a
for
minute. I
having
just
me up.
want you to see this. So
Okay.
I would love to see this. I mean, I know you're saying it. I would love to see it for sure, that Ernie told me Timmy is still going to get the guitar, because I know that would make both of us very happy. And all of
my
us.
gosh.
It would make all of us very happy if he got that guitar.
Yeah,
know?
that would be good. I think that Timmy would enjoy that.
Yeah. So, all right, Lady K, thank you for coming and joining me today. I really appreciate that. And I appreciate your content and what you put out there. So thank you so much.
Well, you have a great day. And Chad and mods, thank you so much. And I will see you guys the next time.
All right. Take care, Lady K. Thanks
Bye.
again. Bye. All right, guys. So I just want to catch up with some of the comments here. So let me see. Okay. I never saw that. I didn't see it. In my opinion, Beth, that's my opinion too. Yeah. So I just want to stop for 1 second, and this isn't to shame anybody. Stop for a second. Look at Betty Whittaker, even when Mark Lato was in play, and look at the three people that she was taking care of by herself, right? Basically by herself. Patrick, and it makes sense to me. Patrick, and I believe it. Patrick said that he didn't take Ray to the doctor's appointment because he didn't want to take him by himself because Ray could act up a little bit and he'd be too much for one person. I believe that. So imagine Betty dealing with Lorraine, Ray, and Timmy. She promised her mom that she was going to do this. And what if something happened and she got sick, right? And the house became the way it was as she got sick. And while she's recovering, the house is getting worse. And by the time she's recovered, the house looks like that. Has anybody thought about that? Nobody's going to give Betty grace. I know a lot of you are going to give Betty grace. I just think it's easy for us to. I didn't agree with Timmy Time. You know that, right? I mean, you've heard me speak on that. I need to speak on that again. I felt like that was exploiting. That's what I felt. I didn't think it was in good taste, but it's not illegal. I don't agree with it. I don't think it's right. I don't know how else to talk about that. I mean, what do you want me to do about it? I can't make it a law. So I don't think it's right. Exactly. I understand what you're talking about. It took no time to put some care into the videos that were put out. But it wasn't about that. I know. I hear the shakiness in his voice too. I hear it too. I believe him. I'm not sure. He wasn't doing it for free. Not gonna say he was doing it for free. Even in the email that was shared where they were talking about their money, it was Mark. You could look at the email. I'm not Mark. It was Eric. And Patrick's response was, oh man, that's great that your channel's picking up on that. Oh, that's great that you made more money that way. I didn't hear Patrick say anything crazy about the money or anything like that. I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. I guess I'm on the side of him. Well, you know, somebody's got to be the lesser of two evils. I guess we're going to argue about who's the lesser of two evils instead of what's going on with the family. We don't know that that's true. We don't know that that's true. Taxes were paid until a few months ago on the property. I don't know. I don't know about that. Friends about it. That's what's going to have to be. Absolutely. So here's Token. I don't know if that's true or not. You guys can look that up. $111,000 in taxes. How much is that in taxes? It's not that much. People can live how they want. They didn't need it for 70 years, Jess. They didn't need it for 70 years. How people live is none of our business. How would you like it if somebody came into your home and told you, hey, you take that Jewish star down and you put that cross up there? How would you like that? That doesn't go with my beliefs. I don't think that's good for you. How would you like that? Nobody should go into anybody's home and tell somebody how to live. And those people were on a porch. They didn't go anywhere. People went to them. If they didn't like the home, they should have left. If the home smelt, you stay out of it. If they're dirty and you don't want to be around them, you don't film them, you just leave. That's my feeling. That's my feeling. That's true, but there still takes a lot of time with that. I used to be a realtor in upstate New York, so New York State. It takes a while. Nobody's moving fast anywhere these days, so I can't see them moving fast for that. So there's a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people that are just totally opposed to Patrick, and that's fine. That's fine. I've been having problems with my mic. I'm getting ready to get off. I just wanted to get to the okay. Anyone can pay for a blue check mark and impersonate someone. I don't think that's Patrick. I don't know. Somebody sent me something. It might have been you, that you could buy a blue check mark for $4.99. Somebody sent me that. But, you know, I just wanted to be fair because I saw that blue check mark and Patrick said he should be held accountable. So I was doing that, but still I'm on Patrick's side. So, you know, I'm not going to listen. Keep staying there and just keep going in your head. It's all Patrick's fault. Okay, it's all Patrick's fault. In the meantime, there's 3 people in a facility, or one might still be in the hospital, and there's a woman without her family and without a home. So, yeah, okay. And it's Patrick's fault. We could stay there forever. Okay. I don't know that he'd know how to use it. All right, guys. So I'm getting ready to end this. I just want to see, break out that guitar, Toddy. Which one? Too much money. I agree. He had plans to take money at cleanup day. I didn't see anybody asking for money. I heard that BJ was asking for money, so I'd like to see that. Don't ask me, Jen. I don't know. He could be working off the books and building stuff. I don't know, but I'm not going to sit there and argue with people that don't have proof either. Like, they don't have proof either. They just have a deep hatred for this man. And listen, as far as I know, some of these are content creators, or some of these people might be working for Eric. I don't know. I don't know. Who has that? Who's she? Yeah. That's okay. They had 8 more people than they would have had. You know, this is just allegations, people saying this. I just think that's horrible. And you know what? Y'all should experience a situation where something happens and you're blamed for something that you didn't do. I'm not even blaming Eric. I'm showing you and questioning him and saying, where's the money? Where's the money? His actions. His actions. I'm not making shit up, but I'm not going to be doing this with this back and forth. He could be. Absolutely. He could be. But where's their money? They still need their money. Do you think a lawyer is going to say, hey, listen, don't give them the money they earn because they don't need it? I don't understand that. And I agree 1,000% with Lady K. Hey, listen, this guy's got a channel. He's a public figure. That's what they call content creators. Whether we like it or not, we're public figures. So we are out here to be scrutinized. So in the same breath as saying that, the lawyer would say, listen, you got a channel that you want to protect. Let's get out here. Let me just say, I'm the lawyer for you and I will speak for you. Diddy had a lawyer and his charges were much stronger than this one, right? I mean, people do. Public figures do have lawyers that speak for them because they've advised their people not to speak. So their counselor speaks for them. And I agree 1,000% with Lady K. That should have happened. We haven't heard a word, not a word. See, this is sad. This is sad. It takes a while to recover from a broken leg. Exactly. We don't know, but it seems like nobody's giving any kind of thought. In the meantime, this family's been living together for 70 years. When I click on, and the first topic is your hair, I click off, let it go, please. I love my hair. Leave my hair alone. And if that's the thing that makes you click off, you could go, happy chick. That's fine. Please don't. Do you know how, I mean, that's an ultimatum. If you talk about your hair, I'm going to not be following you anymore. How would you like it if I came up to you and said, hey, listen, if you defend yourself, I'm going to back away because I don't think you're worthy of defending yourself. Don't give me ultimatums. I don't like them. I wouldn't give anybody an ultimatum. You know, I don't live my life like that. So I don't take them nicely either. You leave him because of my hair, I'm cook? Edie. I think that they're both responsible, okay? Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Even if Patrick, just like Eric, I think is guilty of not telling us who Patrick was when he said, and I believe Eric, that Patrick stole those tools. He hasn't brought up those tools. He hasn't defended that. So I believe that Patrick stole the tools. I believe that story. Eric didn't tell us that. He let us believe that Patrick was a good guy and trustworthy because he did that through omission without telling us that, right? So that I think he's guilty of. He knew that he was working with somebody who was able to be scrutinized, and there was a reason for it. But Patrick, seeing the stuff that Eric was doing, he should have said too, wait a minute, whoa, wait a minute. The same way that I'm holding Eric accountable for that, I'm holding Patrick accountable for that. If you saw this was not a good guy, you should have got him the fuck out of there before this happened. All right, Tracy, calm down. Calm down. Betty is supposedly okay, according to Patrick, who's the only one that's speaking. So either you're going to believe him or you're not going to believe him. He's the only one speaking. And he said that, you know, Betty was okay. You know, she was in good spirits. He said, actually, she was in good spirits, but they won't let her see her family. And that's concerning to me because I don't know. Hey, Angie. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to close this out. Why are you guys bashing Ernie? Like, I don't understand that. The guy didn't even do anything. I just think he should send the guitar. That's all. I think he was trying to speak for his friend. I thought he was trying to speak for his friend, which he said. So I don't think he did anything. And then he got out because why would you stay involved in this? I'm just asking. I wouldn't have stayed involved in this if I would have came in at the last minute like this. I would have been like, hell no, man, I'm in a band. Oh no, this is something I can't be hung on to. Let me send the guy his guitar and that's it. I'm sorry, buddy. I'll listen to you on the sidelines, but I can't speak for you. Lady Red, how you doing? Thank you. Maybe a temporary restraining order was given after 3 trips to whenever it was given with a court date to prove that it should be in place that was forgotten. Well, he missed his court date. He swore that everybody else was lying on him, but it came out that he actually missed the court date. Let me ask you guys in the chat something, and then we're going to end this. We're going to take a poll. Those that know. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you think that Eric Carroll would have come out with the fact that he legitimately missed that court date by accident, like he finally claimed, and he said, man, I missed it. It was the 4th. It was my mistake. Do you think he would have admitted that if there was no proof, if somebody didn't say, hey, or if nobody could prove that that's the case? Do you think he would have admitted that? That's the question. I'm looking for the answers. Yes or no? Do you think he would have admitted that he missed the court date, or do you think he would have continued with that it was the state, it was Betty, it was this one, it was that one? No, M. Cook, he wasn't leaving. The M. Cook is Edie Cook's husband. We were joking. So nobody was quitting on me. Nobody was quitting on me. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke. So I'm waiting for the yes or no. Let me get to the bottom of here. No. Okay, so there's no. Pixie! There's no, there's a bunch of no's. Is there anybody saying yes? Thank you, Black Honeybees. Do I need to look at it now? Because I would always check something out. No way. Eric doesn't accept responsibility. No. So it looks like I didn't get one yes in here. All right, guys. No admission. He has time to keep up. So yeah, there's a bunch of people saying no. Guys, that's it. I've been here for over 2 hours. And no. What? No, that's not. Whoa. That's not what he said. Stop. Please, that's not what he said. What Patrick said was that he knew him before this whole situation started, before he even knew Eric. He only knew Eric for 2 months. So he didn't say the words a long time ago. He just said before this situation came about. And he said they never met face to face. That's what Ernie said. And Patrick didn't say anything different. Listen, I never met Jamie, the woman with the wrench in the comments, but we're friends. We're friends. Jamie, are you there? You're going to say something? You're going to make me look stupid. So, you know what I'm saying? I've never met her face to face. It doesn't mean that we're not friends. I'm friends with people that live across in a different country. Apparently Jamie's not friends with me. She's gone now. But there she is. Well, I didn't want to be that best friend forever, but we're friends. And I don't know Jamie that long. She's been, a subscriber to my channel. And through that, we became friends over the last 7 months. And that's not even that long ago, right? That's not a long time ago. So, all right, guys. I did do a poll. And everybody said no. Nobody said yes. So, all right, guys, for those people that are here for this, I'm going to go ahead and do it to you one time. I'm going to do it for you. I'm going to do it for you right now. For those that know. For those that don't know. And that's okay. Guys, I want to thank you so much. I believe that he doesn't have access to any channel except the channel the Facebook channel, the Whittaker Facebook channel. So, and he said he had control over that channel. So, and the other one there's been screenshots that show that he doesn't have control over the YouTube channel. And there's been messages actually from Eric that had said that at some point, because he said something to the effect that he had to take that money out of that, and that Patrick asked me to do this because I have more experience. So, I mean, that's what I thought he said. I'm pretty sure that's what I heard. All right, guys. So thank you so much for allowing me to be part of your day. I'll go ahead and I will put, videos up as things go on. And for those that are just waiting for this, Pixie, come here. Give me that toothbrush, Pixie. Let's take a poll. Guys, have a great day. Take care.